Happy Monday. We have a giveaway and a huge NBA slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and here we go, baby. It's Monday. We got a whole nother full week of NBA basketball. That's right. It was a profitable weekend, and we'll talk about that in the recap in just a little bit, but it's been too long. Let's do some giveaways. That's right. We're going to have one free month to do two different people. Here's how you can win. You hit the like button and you leave a comment. That's it. We'll pick two random people and you can win that one free month of Outlier. So just want to point that out. And speaking of Outlier, as you guys know, any graphics in this video or future videos are from an app called Outlier that we use every single day. I use it a ton. It's the best betting research tool on the market today. If you want to give it a try, all you gotta do is click that link below. You get a 7-day free trial. You got nothing to lose. Go. Hopefully, it can help you out with your betting. But let's get into it. That means we're gonna start out with a name that player. Here we go. Leave the comment on who you think this is. He played 17 seasons. He played with 5 different teams. He won 1 NBA title. He was a 9-time All-Star, and his son currently plays in the NBA. That's what I got for you. So in this video, we're going to recap that weekend, and then we're going to talk defenses versus the point guard position. The defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists, and the least points, rebounds, and assists, as we do a different position every single day. And then we'll give you our best bets for this humongous slate that we have here to start the week, and we'll finish it with the recap. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and also click that Discord link below and come join. We got over 4,000 people in there right now. And we're talking sports every single day and night, sweating our bets out together, helping each other win. So it's a lot of fun in there. So click that Discord link. But I'm ready to get started, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, the weekend recap. As you can see over there on the right side of the weekend, we went 6-5, up 1.53 units. Thursday, 3-2, and the beauty of it is that we swept all the 3 1-unit plays, and then we lost the 2 half-unit plays. Hit that moneyline parlay, probably the easiest moneyline parlay of the entire year. Scotty doesn't know. He doesn't know how to get dimes. He was horrendous. Also, the team just had a ton of assists. Everyone did. So Boncaro over 4.5 dimes gets the job done. Jokic over 21.5 rebounds and assists. He had 37, I believe. He set a record for the type of game he had. I think it was the first time since Wilt Chamberlain in 68 or something. It was insane, the game he had. I was in awe. Yeah, I really was. The best player on planet Earth. Celtics team total over was horrendous. The Celtics could not score or make one single basket. Friday, we had 2 bets, but LaMelo Ball didn't play, so it turned into 1 on that tiny slate. Yabusele over 6.5 rebounds. I think he got double-digit rebounds. Easy winner there. And then Saturday, it wasn't the way I wanted. I mean, we split the 1-unit plays. We had 4 of them. We went 2-2, and then we lost some juice on that, and then the half-unit play. I had the Pistons on the money line. It was a close game the entire game. And then all of a sudden, the Magic go on a 20-4 run to start the fourth quarter, and that's all she wrote. That's what it was. Great 3 quarters, and then that happened. So those were half-unit plays. But either way, that's the weekend. Like I said, 6-5, up 1.5 units. We will take it. The under tracker is still right there. That's the record. And then the overall record, 168 and 139, up 15.68 units on the season. So that's what we got. But before we get into those best bets, let's talk the point guard position. All right, we start out with the defenses giving up the most points to the point guard position. Again, all these stats are the last 30 days. If a team or player's in green, that just means they're playing today. We got 3 matchups. The Wizards facing Kyrie Irving, because he is the point guard right now for the Mavericks, with Luka out, 26.6 points per game. Wizards giving up around 26. And then the Cavs facing Cade Cunningham, 26.2 points per game. The Cavs giving up 25.8. And then the Jazz, 25.4 points given up. They are facing Milwaukee and Damian Lillard at 24.4. And then there's all the rest of them. Sixers giving up the most points to point guards. Raptors, Rockets, Knicks, so on and so on. So take a screenshot. Hopefully that helps you get some winners. Now let's check out the rebounds. And we have a ton of teams playing. 9 of the 10 over there on the left side. Bucks giving up the most rebounds to point guards. But we got 2 matchups. Lakers facing LaMelo Ball, 5.8 rebounds per game. Lakers giving up 6.5. And then the Jazz also giving up 6.5, facing Lillard yet again at 5 rebounds per game. So that's the rebounds. Hopefully that can help you get some winners. Now let's check out the assists here. And we got the Raptors facing DeJounte Murray, who is questionable to play. Just wanted to point that out. 7.8 assists per game. Raptors giving up 9.6. They are an assist funnel right now, including the Heat up there at 10.7 assists. But the other matchup, again, Lakers facing LaMelo Ball, 7.8 assists. Lakers giving up 8.7. So hopefully these help you get some winners. Again, we do a new position every single day of the week. But that's what we got for any overs. Now let's look at the tough point guard matchups. And what's there to say? I mean, almost every team is green. They're all playing. So those are the numbers. Surprisingly, we don't see the Magic on the fewest assists. They've actually been giving up some assists lately. But the Rockets, they're playing Rockets and Kings, giving up the fewest assists to point guards in the last 30 days. And then we got Celtics, Knicks, T-Wolves, Grizzlies, so on and so on. So, anyways, that's what we got. Hopefully, this helps you get some winners, whether you like to bet over, unders, whatever it is. I think the most surprising part of this one is just seeing whenever you see Hornets and Pistons giving up the fewest points per game to any position, but they are the top two right now in the last 30 days. So that's what we got for all the research help. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Dallas, Texas, where the Mavericks host the Washington Wizards. Mavericks minus 12 total, and this one is 231. I like the big man in this one. That's right. Give me Daniel Gafford over 25.5 points plus rebounds, minus 115 on Bet365 when I gave this out to the Discord just a little while ago before the recording. This is a one-unit play for me. So we have not bet on Gafford, but he is playing his old team against the Wizards. So that obviously is a part of the handicap. Not a huge part, but speaking of the handicap, let's dive into Outlier now. Let's look at some numbers for Mr. Gafford. And we start out here 2024. These are games without Lively. That's right. Derek Lively is out. These are games without it. Yes, he is only over this in 4 of 14 games. But his role at the earlier part of these games was not that high. His minutes have gone up and up and up. So now let's change it to the last 5 games. We already have it without Lively still here in this one. And he's over in 3 of 5. And if you notice, the only 2 unders were against the Oklahoma City Thunder, the #1 defense in the NBA. So obviously, Wizards, Thunder, the complete opposite matchup from those ones. The 3 overs, how about 46, 26, and 34? He is averaging 27.4 PRs in these last 5 games. Now let's scroll down and just kind of look at the numbers and kind of see what's been going on. So first, we start with minutes. He's averaging 28.6. But if you look at those minutes, those 2 games where he went under against the Thunder, you can see there were low minutes as well. But the other games had huge minutes, as you can see there. But let's look at the fouls now and just kind of determine what happened. As you can see, versus the Thunder, which makes sense because you're playing a good offensive team that attacks the rim, he had 5 fouls in both of those games. So obviously, when he has less than 5 fouls, he's playing 30-plus minutes easy, as you can see by the minutes. But that's what we got for the fouls and the minutes, just to kind of show you. But now if we go to field goal attempts, you can click over the field goal attempts right next to it, and you can see, again, in those 3 games where he's not in foul trouble, in those 3 normal games, 15, 11, and 12 shots. So that's what you like to see there. And then we get to the massive rebound chances, guys. This is crazy. When he plays big minutes, he has a ton of rebounding chances. He is averaging 21.8, but in the 3 games with the normal minutes recently, and I'm using the last 5 because his minutes have gone up. These are going to be his minutes. There's no Luka, no Powell. Actually, also is a little short stint backup center, and of course no Lively. But he has 33, 24, and 25 rebound chances. I mean, it's just absolutely bonkers. And then you go to this matchup over there on the right side, the Wizards versus centers. You probably already know it if you've been following the NBA. They are absolutely horrendous. They have allowed they're 30th in points allowed to the center, 25th in rebounds allowed. They can't stop a freaking nosebleed. And now if we just talk last 30 days just to kind of compare it, Wizards have given up the 4th most points and the most rebounds to center. We have a guy getting a bazillion rebound chances versus a team, his old team, that has given up the most rebounds to centers in the last 30 days. They're ranked 25th for points in the paint allowed, which is where Gafford's going to get a lot of his points, obviously. And if we just take a look at some recent centers versus the Wizards, Nick Dick had 39 PRs, Zubac 20 PRs in 29 minutes, AD had 45 PRs, Sabonis 47 PRs, TJD, Trace Jackson Davis, he had 21 PRs in only 24 minutes, including 15 rebounds. I mean, Gafford could have a huge rebounding game. I thought about only going his rebounds, but I'm going to mix it and have both of the combo here because I think he's going to be aggressive versus his old team. But honestly, there's not a better points plus rebounds matchup in the entire NBA when it comes to centers. Again, he's also facing his old team. I like that. But the NBA landmines, I'm going to try to mention these sometimes that worry me because there's always these landmines you got to worry about. The blowout is the first one. No Luka, no Lively, might help a little bit as long as he can get close to 26, 27, 28 minutes, at least that. Obviously, I'm hoping for 30 plus, but I think he's got a chance here because the matchup is just too good. And then foul trouble. He like I said, he's had 4 or 5 fouls now in the last 5 games. But if he can stay out of foul trouble, and this Wizards team is not a team that's just going to completely, attack him relentlessly, and they got a lot of talented players or anything like that. So as long as he can stay out of foul trouble, we can at least be the little bit competitive here in this game. I think he goes over this. I think it's a little bit of a low line. So give me Jim Gaffigan over 25.5 points plus rebounds as my first best bet. All right, this next one takes us out to Brooklyn, where the Nets host the Sacramento Kings. Yes, I am picking all the great games today. Kings minus 10.5. Total in this one is 221.5. My best bet is D'Angelo Russell over 6.5 dimes at minus 125 on DraftKings for 1 unit. This guy has been an absolute passing machine. So let's talk Russell's 8 games with the Brooklyn Nets. He's over this line in 6 of 8. One under was due to an injury. So really it's 6 of 7 games. And the other under was right at 6 times. So this guy has never had less than 6 times in a game with the Nets that he didn't get hurt. He's averaging 8.5 dimes in the 7 games with them. In the 7 full games, that's a whole 2 dimes over this. Obviously, yes, I did the math. You're welcome. But here's the wild stat: his potential assists in those 7 non-injured games: 16, 17, 14, 12, 17, 21, and 18. He is averaging over 16 potential assists per game, and we have a 6.5 assist line. And in case you didn't know, in the last 8 games, so when he's played with the Nets, he is averaging the 4th most potential assists in the entire NBA. I mean, we're getting to near Trae Young assist numbers. It's crazy. And you assume, if you don't know, point guards are going to convert 50, 55%, maybe a little higher, depending on some players, of their potential assists into assists. Again, this man has 17, 21, and 18 in the last 3 games. It's wild. Now we go to the matchup. Yes, you just saw it earlier. Sacramento in the last 3 days has given up the second fewest assists to point guards, but their style has changed lately. So, and that's why I didn't put that into an account as much, because they changed coaches, changed how they play, and in fact, they're playing much faster lately. Here in the last like 2 weeks, they have the second fastest pace in the last 10 games. That's right. They're playing very quick. Christie has these boys going up and down the court. The last 3 point guards versus Sacramento: Jalen Brunson, 11 dimes. Jokic, 17 dimes. Yes, he is not a point guard. I understand that. But let's face it, in the half court, he is their point guard. He's the guy dishing it out, and he had 17. It's pretty easy. Steph, 12 dimes. I mean, guys, it's been crazy. With this frantic pace, I don't think they're really a team that can prevent assists, especially when you got a guy like D'Angelo Russell, who he's not a guy who's getting, 10 potential assists, and you got to get an efficient night out of him. Again, if he gets 16, 17, he just needs 7. That's still not an efficient night, and he goes over. So I like it. If you're looking at thinking about Ben Simmons, he is questionable to play. I don't think he plays. If he does, he's played 3 of his 7 games with Ben Simmons, 8, 9, and 8 dimes. I'm not worried. Had high potentials. So in this one, really, the usage and potential assists are just really high. We've seen some point guards have some big games against the Kings lately. I love the fast pace. We're going to get a ton of possessions here in this one. So as long as we can stay away, again, another NBA landmine. Is it blowout here in this one? But the Nets at home, they've been doing better. If you look at the last 5 games, they've been really competing, and at least keeping the game somewhat close, including getting a win on one of them. So I think they can keep it close here in Brooklyn. Give me D'Angelo Russell over 6.5 assists as my second best bet. All right, before we get to that next best bet, we have a promotion to talk to you about with DraftKings. New customers only. It's an incredible deal, guys. Click that link below in the description to sign up for DraftKings. You bet $5, you get 200 instantly in bonus bets. So here's all you got to do. Use the link, sign up, does not take long at all. Deposit 10 in your account and go bet $5. No matter what happens with that bet, win or lose, you are going to instantly get $200 in bonus bets. So if you've been thinking about adding a new book, especially DraftKings, now is the time. I always recommend, if you live in a state that's eligible to look at all these books, it's very helpful to line shop, odd shop, all that kind of stuff, and get the best bet you can. But anyways, this is your chance if you want to be a new customer. It is a limited time only. But of course, if you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER, and you must be 21 years or older to gamble. All right, back to the bets. All right, this third one takes us out to Madison Square Garden, where the Knickerbockers host the Memphis Grizzlies. Knicks minus 3.5. Total in this one is 241.5. Best bet in this one, give me the Grizz plus 3.5 for a half unit, because I do most of my spreads and totals for about a half unit. I honestly think this is a wrong line. Should be a pick 'em. Maybe Grizzlies even as a 1 or 2 point favorite. That's how high I think of the Grizzlies right now. Let's talk injuries. Grizzlies are healthy. It's a shock. Santi Aldama is questionable with an illness, but that's it. Knicks, Josh Hart is questionable. If he is out, that is obviously a big loss for them, as they are not a very deep team whatsoever. I could argue right now that the Grizz are the better team. So getting 3.5 is great here. In the last 10 games, the net rating, Grizzlies have the 4th highest net rating in the NBA. Knicks have the 11th. They have really struggled defensively lately in the bottom 10. Rebounding, both are solid top 8 rebounding teams. But also in the last 10, Grizz are 8-2 straight up and 8-2 against the spread. They have been really good. Only 2 losses were against the Houston Rockets twice, when they lost by 4-2. So those 6-point total is the difference between winning possibly 10 in a row, or going 8-2. That's how good they have been. Knicks 6-4 in the last 10 games. But some more numbers: Knicks struggle to put 2 really good games together. They have not covered. That means against the spread, 2 consecutive games since Christmas. That is absolutely insane to me. Knicks have really struggled versus good teams. If you look at their record, based on their record, when you look at them facing top 10 teams, they are 2-7. It's just not been pretty. Grizzlies, number one ATS team in the NBA, in case you did not know. That's not bad, considering they've dealt with John Morant, Desmond Bane, different injuries as well. They have the number one against the spread team. They're 16-7 with John Morant and Desmond Bane both playing in this game, which as of the night before, everyone looks like they're healthy and ready to go. So overall, the Grizz are just in better form. They've been elite versus the spread this season. Knicks do a good job of beating up those average teams, but they've struggled against the really upper echelon teams, which I think the Grizzlies are right now. Give me the Grizz plus 3.5, as I think they can win this game. I was so close to pulling the trigger on the money line. I don't mind that either at plus money, but I'm going to go Grizz plus 3.5 as my third best bet. All right, it's just the 3 best bets so far on the video tonight. Any added plays, of course, will be in the pinned comments on X on Discord, and I will definitely be having added plays for this humongous slate. But here we go. Daniel Gafford over 25.5 points plus rebounds, minus 115 on Bet365, a 1-unit play. Then D'Angelo Russell for the Nets over 6.5 dimes, minus 125 for a unit. And then the Grizzlies plus 3.5. If you want to go money line, I don't mind that either. That is a half-unit play. So that's what we got for today. Again, if you haven't hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. I thank you guys for watching. As always, I hope you all have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.